and today I'm playing Stanley Parable. I'm not sure what. I've never played this game before. I'm playing it for my first time, but I know a few things about it. There's like you're walking through like a hallway thing. You have to go through these steps, I believe, and like there's I'm not sure, but like there's this narrator that is narrating you. So, come on. Yeah, so I started out here because I don't know what happens when I hit no. So. Alright, so the internet's kind of acting up here. Come on. Let's go. Here, let me do this. Sorry, I'm trying to do something right now. I should have probably done this before the video began. So I'm not going to do that right now. I'm just gonna play no. Is it just the slider till the computer is barely visible? I'll just keep it right here. Enter current time. Okay, sure. 8. Oh, here we go. Way past it. I'm gonna wait till it's 8:35. Alright, here we go. Access from the main menu. Alright. I think that I asked you what time is it, so then you can determine what part of the world you're in. Wait, that's just infinite. Wait, what? What? Wait, is that? Oh my gosh, what the heck? Bro. What? The end is never the end, is never the end, is never the loading. It's never the end.
This is the story of a man named Stanley. Stanley worked for a company in a big building where he was employee number 427.
Okay.
Employee number 427's job was simple. He sat at his desk in room 427 and he pushed buttons on a keyboard. Orders came to him through a monitor on his desk, telling him what buttons to push, how long to push them, and in what order. This is what employee 427 did every day of every month of every year. And although others might have considered it soul-rending, Stanley relished every moment that the orders came in, as though he had been made exactly for this job. And Stanley was happy.
That doesn't seem too...
And then one day,
normal.
something very peculiar happened. Something that would forever change Stanley. Something he would never quite forget. He had been at his desk for nearly an hour when he realized that not one single order had arrived on the monitor for him to follow. No one had showed up to give him instructions, call a meeting, or even say hi. Never in all his years at the company had this happened, this complete isolation. Something was very clearly wrong. Shocked, frozen solid, Stanley found himself unable to move for the longest time. But as he came to his wits and regained his senses, he got up from his desk and stepped out of his office.
So I'm playing this on my PS4. I had to wait till it was released on the PS4 until I was able to play it. Is there someone calling me on the phone? Can I sharpen my pencil? No. So I know all the controls. Just saying.
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
I don't know what the game is about, but I know the controls for the PS4. That's all I know about it. Alright, over here. Where am I supposed to go?
When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered the door on his left.
No thank you. Wait a minute. This connects now. Oh, this makes sense. So, you were narrating yourself when you were ordered to type. Oh. So that means that voice, the narrator, is Stan Lee. But wait, do I want to obey it or disobey it? Or you're being ordered to do this, like it's typing inside of your brain. Cause I did see a cable going around the chair, and I thought it went into like his back or something. Oh, this is hard. Should I? It said the left, right? No, not the right. He said the left. So...
Stanley just stood there doing nothing at all. He seems to think I have nothing better to do with my time than to sit around and describe every fascinating little detail of his inability to do anything. This is why Stanley and I are on such good terms.
Yup.
This was not the correct way to the meeting room, and Stanley knew it perfectly well. Perhaps he wanted to stop by the employee lounge first, just to admire it.
What's that? It looks like a lab. Like, behind the room right here. Hey, let me in. Let me in. Wait a minute. That sounds like... Those sound like keys. You can't jump. Oh my gosh. That's amazing. You can't jump.
Ah, yes, truly a room worth admiring. It had really been worth the detour after all. Just as but eager to get back to business, Stanley took the first open door on his left.
Should I do it or should I not? Currently, wait. I got an idea. Alright, so if I do this, hold on guys. And then alright, now I can see you guys' chats. Sorry, my computer wasn't working.
And so he detoured through the maintenance section, walked straight ahead to the opposite door, and got back on track.
Oh man, I should. There's a big red button. I'm tempted. Should I? Should I just like disobey all of his orders? Or should I obey all of them? Cause I got a choice here. I disobeyed one, and I obeyed one. So it's kind of the same for both. So should I disobey it? Wait, this is down. I want to see what's inside that door, but I also want to see what's down here. So, I should probably. Wait, can I? Oh, never mind. This is the end is never. The end is never. The end is loading. I get that
But
now.
Stanley didn't want to go back to the office. He wanted to wander about and get even further off track. So now in order to get back, he needed to go, from here, it's, left.
Now I'll go right. Wait, is there an invisible passageway that I can go right? But the guy doesn't tell me? Never mind. Can I open the door? No.
Oh, no. No, it's to the right. My mistake.
Okay.
No, not the right. Why would I have ever said it was to the right? What was I thinking? It's clearly... Oh, dear, would you hold on for a minute, please?
Oh my gosh, is this blood? I noticed this before, but I didn't think it was
right,
blood.
Left, down, left, right. Yep, okay, yes. I've got it now. This story is absolutely, definitely this way.
Is that truck gonna run me over? I have a feeling that the truck is just gonna run me over and I have to start from the beginning and obey its orders. Wait, but... What? Is that another red button? Nah.
No. This isn't right at all. You're not supposed to be here yet. This is all a spoiler. Quick, Stanley, close your eyes. Okay. We just
Close my eyes, guys. I don't want any spoilers.
It's all rubbish now. The whole story completely unusable. How about, rather than waste my time trying to salvage this nonsense, we'll just restart the game from the beginning.
Wait, that's...
And this time, suppose we don't wander so far off track.
What the fudge is that?
From the top.
What the heck is that? What was that? What? There was like graffiti. What was that? What? Yeah, I have to start over. What if I just start typing? Just like, without anyone asking.
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
Wait a minute. So if I go to settings and then go to controls and then hit simplify controls, does that mean I can hit different buttons for different keys? Can I, excuse me, there we go. On. Nah, that doesn't work like I thought it would. Well.
When Stanley... Wait, what? No,
What?
No, I restarted. I swear, I definitely restarted the game
Wait,
over. Completely
I
fresh.
thought...
Everything should be... Well, did something change?
What?
Stanley, Did you change anything when we were back in that room with all the monitors? Did you move the story somewhere or...
What?
Hold on. Why am I asking you? I'm the one who wrote the story. It was right here just a minute ago.
What?
I know for sure that it's here somewhere. Okay, then. It's an adventure. Come, Stanley. Let's find the story.
Was this supposed to happen? What if I just followed his orders? Would this have led me here? Oh no. Excuse me, can I get through? Excuse me? Why would you put this here? Like, what? Why? Okay. Oh wait, I think that's that. Yeah, that leads over there. Alright.
I'll say it. This is the worst adventure I've ever been on. I can promise you there definitely was a story here before. Do we need to restart the game again? Well, I find it unlikely that we'll ever progress by starting over and over again, but it's got to be better than this. Okay, let's give it a shot. Why not?
Wait, what? Oh, what was in the left corner, though? I should have moved faster.
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
I hate Mondays. Wait, what if I just do the exact same thing that I did the first time?
Okay, yep, it's worse. I might be remembering this wrong. It's possible the story is back where we just came from. Why don't we go back the other direction and see if we missed anything?
Ooh, that's always a bad idea, especially in horror games.
Aha! I knew we'd miss something. The story. Here it comes. No, wait, never mind. Not the story. Okay, let's head back the other way and retrace our steps.
What the fudge? How late?
Now this... Well, I'll be honest, I don't recognize this place at all. Is this the story? I don't think so.
Wait,
I can't quite recall, but I believe my story took place in an office building. Is that correct? Do you remember, Stanley? Well, do you know what? Since I've completely forgotten what we were supposed to be doing, how about this? You win! Congratulations!
Wait, did I just beat the game?
I know you put in a lot of hard work, and it really paid off. So, good job. Oh, no. No, I don't feel right about this at all. We both know you didn't put in any actual work for that win. Some people win fair and square, and this was not one of those situations. Okay, I'm getting weirded out by whatever this place is. I don't care what might happen this time.
Where'd the other door
I
go?
have to restart.
There was... I think it's like... I think it's seriously just...
All right, I've got a solution. This time, to make sure we don't get lost, I've employed the help of the Stanley Parable Adventure Line. Just follow the line. How simple is that?
Wait, this isn't... This isn't the way, but this is the way.
You see? The line knows where the story is. It's over in this direction. Onward, Stanley, to destiny. Though, here's a thought. Wouldn't wherever we end up be our destination, even if there's no story there? Or to put it another way, is the story of no destination still a story? Simply by the act of moving forward, Are we implying a journey such that a destination is inevitably conjured into being via the very manifestation of the nature of life itself? Whoa. Hang on. That got a bit weird back there. Well, I'd like to apologize. Not sure where I was going with all that. You know what? I think what we need right now is a bit of music to lighten the mood.
Wait, what? This is not lighten the mood. That's exactly what I'm doing. What? I couldn't. Oh my gosh, this game. This is so confusing. Now, how do I do that? Okay. What is going on now? Is there French? Really? What if there were those
Cut the music. Go back and look at that fern.
Fern?
Stanley, this fern will be very important later in the story.
Oh, I
Make
gotta
sure
take a
you
picture
study
of
it
this.
closely and remember it carefully. You won't want to miss anything.
I gotta take a picture of this. This is a very nice fern. Alright. Oh crap. Alright. Here we go. There we go. Alright. Where's the music? I was actually starting off
we're
the
back at the
music.
office? No. Line, you do know we're looking for the Stanley Parable, right? The story? Is any of this ringing a bell?
No. Oh my gosh. It's just leading me back to the same place. It's gonna do this over and over infinitely. Isn't it?
No, not again. Line, how could you have done this to us? And after we trusted you, after everything we've been through...
There's a scribble. There's a scribble. You gotta see it.
To hell with
Fired.
It.
Wait, what?
Restart.
There's a... I saw the end too, though. Dang it.
You know what, Stanley? I say forget the adventure line. What's it ever done for us? We're intelligent people, right? Why can't we make up our own story? Something exciting, daring, mysterious. Ooh, this all sounds perfectly doable.
Remember
Why
that
don't we
fern,
simply
okay,
start
guys?
wandering in...
Remember
well,
that
I don't
fern.
know. How about this direction?
Yeah. Daring. I'm
Now,
a daredevil.
Yes, this is exciting. Just me and Stanley forging a new path, a new story. Well, it could be anything. What do you want our story to be?
Oh my gosh, it's just
Go
going in
wild.
circles.
Use your imagination.
Wait, what?
Whatever it might be, Stanley,
It's
I'm
gonna
ready
go
for it.
What the fudge is going on?
Oh, no, not you again. Stanley, I'd also like to veto the line from having any role in our awesome new story. No lines or monitor rooms. Just don't acknowledge it, and we should be fine.
I can't say any of those words as trademark, guys. Nope. Wait, what does that lead though? Is it like, can I find something over there? Like from Superliminal or something? Like, a chess thing or something? Maybe?
Ah, a choice. We get to make a decision. From here, the story is in our control.
Yeah.
How important we mustn't squander the opportunity. In fact, I believe I need a minute to think here. just walk in circles for a minute. Okay, so I know that each
No,
door has to
I gotta
lead
make
somewhere.
my own
Which
story.
means that somewhere, the place where we're trying to go, there must be a reverse door that leads here. And that in turn means that our destination corresponds with the counter-inverted reverse door's origin. So starting from the right, let us ask, will taking the right door lead us to where we're going? And since the answer is clearly yes, then by all accounts, the door on the right is the correct one. Another victory for logic. Come, Stanley, our destiny awaits.
What?
Oh, hold
Wait.
up, what's this?
It would have.
The confusion ending. You're telling me that's what this is? It's all one giant ending? And we're supposed to restart the game, what, eight times? That's really how all this goes? It's all determined? So now, according to the schedule, I restart again. Then what? Am I just supposed to forget? Well, what if I don't want to forget? My mind goes blank simply because it's written here on this thing, wall. Well, who consulted me? Why don't I get to decide?
Yeah.
Why don't I get a say in all of this? Is it really? No, it can't be. I don't want it to be. I don't want the game to keep restarting. I don't want to forget what's going on.
Yeah.
I don't want to be trapped like this. I won't restart the game. I won't do it. I won't do it. I won't do it.
Let me go back
And
then.
the timer stopped?
But what?
Does that mean, did we do it? Did we break the cycle? The, whatever it is that made this schedule? How would we even know? Will someone come for us? Will something happen? So, okay.
Oh no, nothing's gonna happen.
I guess now we just wait. You know, I suppose in some way that this is a kind of story, wouldn't you agree? I'm not quite sure if we're in the destination or the journey, though they're always saying that life is about the journey and not the destination. So I hope that's where we are right now. We'll find out, won't we? Eventually. Well, in the meantime, if you...
What just happened, guys? This is very strange and particular.
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
This time I'll go the correct way.
When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered the door on his left.
Okay. Wait. Is that the scribbles? Like the... No, that's 430. I should have remembered the number. No, wait, it didn't have a number. So wait, if you didn't follow the direction, then that scribble thing, that graffiti, was you, wasn't it? Since you don't have a number anymore. And it's all a theory.
Yet there was not a single person
Oh my
here
gosh.
either. Feeling a wave of
that the
disbelief,
narrator?
Stanley
Is he
decided to go
invisible?
up
Does
to his
he-
boss's office, hoping he might find an answer there. Coming to a staircase, Stanley walked upstairs to his boss's office.
Whoa, okay. Okay. Whoa.
But Stanley just couldn't do it. He considered the possibility of facing his boss, admitting he had left his post during work hours. He might be fired for that. And in such a competitive economy, why had he taken that risk? All because he believed everyone had vanished. His boss would think he was crazy. And then something occurred to Stanley. Maybe, he thought to himself, maybe I am crazy. All of my co-workers blinking mysteriously out of existence in a single moment for no reason at all. None of it made any logical sense. And as Stanley pondered this, he began to make other strange observations. For example, why couldn't he see his feet when he looked down? Why did doors close automatically behind him wherever he went? And for that matter, these rooms were starting to look pretty familiar. Were they simply repeating? No, Stanley said to himself, this is all too strange. This can't be real. And at last, he came to the conclusion that had been on the tip of his tongue. He just hadn't found the words for it. I'm dreaming! He yelled. This is all a dream. Oh, what a relief
that wasn't
Stanley
here
felt
before, I don't
to
think.
have finally found an answer,
Was it?
an explanation. His co-workers weren't actually gone. He wasn't going to lose his job. He wasn't crazy after all. And he thought to himself, I suppose I'll wake up soon. I'll have to go back to my boring real-life job pushing buttons. I may as well enjoy this while I'm still lucid. So, he imagined himself flying and began to gently float above the ground. Then he imagined himself soaring through space on a magical starfield, and it too appeared. It was so much fun, and Stanley marveled that he had still not woken up. How was he remaining so lucid? And then perhaps the strangest question of them all entered Stanley's head. One he was amazed he hadn't asked himself sooner. Why is there a voice in my head dictating everything that I'm doing and thinking? Now the voice was describing itself being considered by Stanley, who found it particularly strange. I'm dreaming about a voice describing me, thinking about how it's describing my thoughts, he thought. And while he thought it all very odd and wondered if this voice spoke to all people in their dreams, the truth was that, of course, this was not a dream. How could it be? Was Stanley simply deceiving himself, believing that if he's asleep, he doesn't have to take responsibility for himself? Stanley is as awake right now as he's ever been in his life. Now, hearing the voice speak these words was quite a shock to Stanley. After all, he knew for certain, beyond a doubt, that this was in fact a dream. Did the voice not see him float and make the magical stars just a moment ago? How else would the voice explain all that? This voice was a part of himself too. Surely, if he could just... He would prove it. He would prove that he was in control, that this was a dream. So he closed his eyes gently, and he invited himself to wake up. He felt the cool weight of the blanket on his skin, the press of the mattress on his back, the fresh air of a world outside this one. Let me wake up, he thought to himself. I'm through with this dream. I wish it to be over. Let me go back to my job. Let me continue pushing the buttons. Please, it's all I want. I want my apartment, and my wife, and my job. All I want is my life exactly the way it's always been. My life is normal. I am normal. Everything will be fine.
That's me, by the way.
Okay.
I'm okay.
Stanley began screaming. Please, someone, wake me up. My name is Stanley. I have a boss. I have an office. I am real. Please, just someone tell me I am real. I must be real. I must be. Can anyone hear my voice? Who am I? Who am I?
This is getting violent.
And everything went black.
Wait, what? That can happen?
This is the story of a woman named Mariella.
What?
Mariella woke up on a day like any other. She arose, got dressed, gathered her belongings, and walked to her place of work. But on this particular day, her walk was interrupted by the body of a man who had stumbled through town talking and screaming to himself, then collapsed dead on the sidewalk. And although she would soon turn to go call for an ambulance, for just a few brief moments, she considered the strange man. He was obviously crazy. This much she knew. Everyone knows what crazy people look like. And in that moment, she thought to herself how lucky she was to be normal. I am sane. I am in control of my mind. I know what is real and what isn't. It was comforting to think this, and in a certain way, seeing this man made her feel better. But then she remembered the meeting she had scheduled for that day, the very important people whose impressions of her would affect her career, and by extension, the rest of her life. She had no time for this, so it was only a moment that she stood there, staring down at the body. And then she turned and ran.
That's it? What? That's...
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo. When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered the door on his left. Yet there was not a single person here either. Feeling a wave of disbelief, Stanley decided to go up to his boss's office, hoping he might find an answer there. Coming to a staircase, Stanley walked upstairs to his boss's office.
Whoa. Because boss knows that what the boss knows, what the boss says goes. If the boss suffers losses, then that's what the boss chose. Business strategy? What? Wait, can I? Whoa. Wait, what? Wait, I can actually do this? Wait, no. Okay. Do I go up or down? I'll go up. Because down is that basement, right? Down is that... We saw that elevator earlier. That elevator was this elevator, I think. Now, what is upstairs? Come on. Up. Wait, whoa. What? So wait, what if I go down? What if I go down? it brings me to that place, but hold on. Down. Don't bring me here. Don't. And it brings me here. Great. The heck? I am the most expensive boss. That doesn't make any sense. What? You can't hire a boss. Well, I mean, unless you quit or like run out of business, then yeah, that would make sense, but what does this mean though? Like, because the boss knows that what the boss says goes, if the boss has suffered losses, then that's what the boss chose. Is that like an Easter egg to like a movie, show, or like a game? Or is that related to something in here? No, down. Wait. Yeah, I want to go down. No, don't open it. Does it even take me somewhere? Or does it just shake because it can't go anywhere? Well, I mean, this is all a dream. But when you... That red stuff was him dying. Yeah, that's what it was earlier. That's what the red stuff was. Like, the screen was red. Yeah, because he was dying. And then it went black. Down. Well, that's weird. Maybe because I chose the wrong path before. What? It isn't, what? Wait. Yeah, because last time there was that timer, maybe this is like Undertale, where you can't like escape it. You can't like make another save, and like, you know how like, I don't know how to explain it. You know, in Undertale, that's what happens. Where you get like the Easter egg or something. I can't remember what it was, but like, maybe this is kind of like that, because before the timer went off and then it reset me. That's weird. And it also told me to remember the hedge.
Stepping into his manager's office,
was.
Stanley was once again stunned to discover not an indication of any human life. Shocked, unraveled, Stanley wondered in disbelief who orchestrated this. What dark secret was being held from him? What he could not have known was that the keypad behind the boss's desk guarded the terrible truth that his boss had been keeping from him. And so the boss had assigned it an extra secret PIN number. 2845.
That's not
but
it.
Of course, Stanley couldn't possibly have known this.
That's not it. Maybe if there was a... Whoa, what's this? What's this?
Stanley just sat around twiddling his thumbs. Trying to input anything on the device was useless, since he could never possibly know that the combination was 2845.
Nah, I'm not buying that. I don't think that's true. I
Two,
think that's a
eight,
lie.
4, 5.
There's a security camera. Is there like a secret book, a secret message? Like, there's something that's going on here that I'm not seeing. Can I play the piano?
But it turns out that the panel's emergency override kicked in, and the door just opened all by itself.
Wait,
and
what?
Stanley
No.
got the hell along with the story. Well, whoop-de-doo.
No, I'm 2845. Dang it. That's incorrect. Nope. Okay. 2. That's 4. What? 2845. Dang it. Down. No, I should have hit up. Wait, what happens if I go down? Maybe this is like where that car was. Loading. It's not what it said before. It said the end is never or something
Descending
like that.
deeper
Never
into the
is
building,
end.
Stanley realized he felt a bit peculiar. It was a stirring of emotion in his chest, as though he felt more free to think for himself, to question the nature of his job. Why did he feel this now, when for years it had never occurred to him? This question would not go unanswered for long. Stanley walked straight ahead through the large door that read Mind Control Facility.
No, I'm going to escape. I can't take
Although
this.
this passageway had the word escape written on it, the truth was that at the end of this hall, Stanley would meet his violent death.
Can I go back? Wait, what if that's a lie though? What if the narrator's lying? Wait, maybe that's the car part. Maybe that's like...
The door behind him was not shut. Stanley
Yep.
still had every opportunity to turn around and get back on track.
I was actually kind of tempted to do that. Wait, maybe we'll
At
find
this
like an
point,
Easter egg.
Stanley
where
was
there
making
was,
a
like, that
conscious,
graffiti
concerted
on
effort to
that-
walk forward
that
and
number
willingly
thing.
confront his death.
Yeah, the end is never the end is never the end is... Wait, what? It's the... Never the end is...
As the machine whirred into motion and Stanley was inched closer and closer to his demise, he reflected that his life had been of no consequence whatsoever. Stanley can't see the bigger picture. He doesn't know the real story, trapped forever in his narrow vision of what this world is. Perhaps his death was of no great loss, like plucking the eyeballs from a blind man. And so he resigned and willingly accepted this violent end to his brief and shallow life. Farewell, Stanley.
No, there's gotta be like some sort of exit, but...
"Farewell, Stanley," cried the narrator, as Stanley was led helplessly into the enormous metal jaws. In a single visceral instant, Stanley was obliterated as the machine crushed every bone in his body, killing him instantly.
That didn't happen. The Stanley Parable.
And yet it would be just a few minutes before Stanley would restart the game, back in his office, as alive as ever. What exactly
I'm
did the
going this
narrator
way.
think
Bye,
he was going
guys.
to accomplish?
There has to be like... Wait, no. Oh my gosh. There is actually something behind it. Like, what? What? Wait, there's a wall. There's a wall there.
When every path you can walk has been created for you long in advance, death becomes meaningless, making life the same. Do you see now? Do you see that Stanley was already dead from the moment he hit start?
Oh, that makes... Oh, yeah, that makes sense because, like, that woman, it said the story was about, like, I can't remember her name. But, the office. No, wait, I could have gotten all that cash. Wait, what if I stayed there? I'm calling 911. Wait, there's no dials on that. Up the apartment timer. In a previous version of the choice leading to the apartment ending, a timer would give you 15 seconds to pick up the phone. Not picking up the phone will lead you to a different ending. Pick up the phone. I'm trying to pick up the phone. I want to live again. The inventing room. One option, one doorway to the maintenance lounge. I did that. Two options, two doorways to maintenance. Yeah, I went right as well. Three options. One doorway to maintenance in the lounge and the original back on track option. Yes, I went there. I went to that middle, the confusion ending, and then that's where, yeah. Wait a minute. What? What? Wait. I couldn't get up to the vent though. There was an option to go to the vent. I might have to do that. I'm not sure if I can do it anymore. Zending levers. These levers were originally a part of the Zending. What's a Zending? The player would pull a lever. Wait, these are all of the endings. These explain all of the endings. Wait. So... What the heck? countdown desk. For a time, the elevator in the monitor room could go up or down, with freedom above and countdown below. We abandoned this when players found it too difficult to remember what was up and what was down, and placed the two endings together instead? What? Who would forget what is up and what is down? This game is kind of creeping me out. Freedom ending. This is the freedom ending as existed in beta. What? So, monitor room elevator. For a time, the elevator in the monitor room could go up or down, with freedom above and countdown below. We abandoned this when players found it too difficult to remember what was up and what was down, and we placed the two endings together instead. So this one and this one were together. Countdown room. An early version of the countdown room. Wait a minute. Was this the room where we saw all those numbers across the walls and stuff? Freedom ending. This was the very first incarnation of the freedom ending in the game's alpha. Boss's office. Screens from the development of the boss's office. Whoa. This one to this one to this one. That must have been the alpha, this must have been the beta, and this must have been the one that I have now. I couldn't get it in the beta and alpha since it wasn't released on the PS4. The lounge. Wait, it just says the lounge?
Now look closely.
Is that the ending? Okay, let me explore all the other endings. Underground. An early version of the underground portion of the game. Yeah, this was the one that I was just at. Remember I went to the escape and not the mind control facility?
Here, I'm just going to make this easy on you.
Office clock. Oh. So. Here we go. Over here. What the heck? Office layout. This blueprint shows the office from the beginning of the game. The path from Stanley's office to the two doors was the first part of the game that was built. Sections have been added and altered throughout development. Through core layout remains almost identical to the first iteration. Nature paintings. Office computers. Whoa, wait. I can turn these off? Does this result in a different ending if I turn everything off? If I interact with everything, then does it result in a different ending? Come on. Wait, what's that? Here, let me go to here first. Sorry. Coda. The pacing of this opening section was important to get right. this corridor has been moved and altered to make sure that the player reaches the two doors in a good time. The two doors. The set of the two open doors was the very first concrete and piece of the Stanley Parable's design. Once this room was created, the rest of the game emerged as an extension of it, an exploration of contradicting this room posed. Filing cabinets. The office. Button sounds. The selection of the sounds used throughout the game. When buttons are pressed, each sound is a mix of keyboard stroke and synthesized tone. Sorry. The office. Let's go this way. It's over here. Oh, this is another rotation of it. But let's not go down there. Wait. Whoa. Wait, so there's that one that I can do. I heard talking. So, I think that this over here is the actual ending. The other one was just to check it out. Game design mock-up. This is the level that William, the level designer, sent Davey. Davey, the writer, as a kind of an audition piece. The strength of this level that got William hired to design the full game. Though much of the environment has changed, the basic layout from this mock-up is still in the game. Stanley's office. From the left to right, the evolution of Stanley's office over time. The first was created in November 2011, the second in March 2012, and the third in February 2013. Currently, this is in 2022. That's how long it took them to put it out on PlayStation. What? Whoa, that's the finished product. This is the alpha. So yeah, I believe this is the alpha. think, yeah, I mean, there's a couple of open things here, but, what's that? The lounge, an early version of the lounge.
Upward to the power source at the top of the facility to end this
Narration
injustice forever.
outtakes.
Stanley
Kevin
pushed the number
Brady,
6.
the voice of the narrator, recorded dialogue for the entire game roughly 3 separate
Stanley walked
times
over the
over the
bridge.
2 years of development. These are clips from early takes
Where
that were
were
not
all of his
used in the
co-workers?
final game.
Oh, I don't know. How about they're throwing a surprise party for him for all his button pushing? Does that sound plausible to you? Stanley walked through the green door.
Alright, I think I read everything. So, let's go. Let's go and, yeah, let's go finish the game.
Oh, look at these two. How they wish to destroy one another. How they wish to control one another. How they both wish to be free. Can you see? Can you see how much they need one another? No, perhaps not. Sometimes these things cannot be seen. But listen to me. You can still save these two. You can stop the program before they both fail. Turn off your PlayStation. There's no other way to beat this game.
What if I actually do it?
You'll be walking someone else's path. Stop now and it'll be your only true choice. Whatever you do, choose it. Don't let time choose for you. Don't let...
I bet if I did turn off my PlayStation, it would actually work, because then the game would just shut down and it would remember it.
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo. When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered the... This was not the correct way to the meeting room, and Stanley knew it perfectly well. Perhaps he wanted to stop by the employee lounge first, just to admire it.
This is
Wow.
the employee
Yes,
lounge.
this room. What a beautiful room. What a gorgeous, gorgeous room. Thank goodness Stanley had taken this detour on his way to the... But eager to get back to business, Stanley took the first open door on his left.
Did this before. And then I took it down. And then that's what resulted in me dying. But what happens if I go forward? I'll go this way first.
Stanley was so bad at following directions, it's incredible he wasn't fired years ago.
Is that the game or outside? I can't tell. Should I jump off though? But that would cost $1,000 misuse of cargo lift. But what if I just jump off here? Event access train for employees only. Climb at your own risk. Oh, it means all of those.
But in his eagerness to prove that he is in control of the story and no one gets to tell him what to do, Stanley leapt from the platform and plunged to his death. Good job, Stanley. Everyone thinks you are very powerful. All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo. When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered the door on his left.
Wait a minute, no. I want to go through the vents. This was not the
correct way to the meeting room, and Stanley knew it perfectly well. Perhaps he wanted to stop by the employee lounge first, just to admire it. The lounge was sublime, a work of art. But eager to get back to business, Stanley took the first open door on his left.
Or do you want to go down the cargo lift? I'll go down the cargo lift.
Stanley was so bad at following directions, it's incredible he wasn't fired years ago. Look, Stanley, I think perhaps we've gotten off on the wrong foot here. I'm not your enemy, really, I'm not. I realize that investing your trust in someone else can be difficult, but the fact is that the story has been about nothing but you all this time. What? Really? I was in the middle of something. Do you have zero consideration for others? Are you that convinced that I want something bad to happen to you? Why, I don't know how to convince you of this, but I really do want to help you, to show you something beautiful.
Dang it,
Look,
I have to get
let me prove it.
card.
Let me prove that I'm on your side. Give me a chance.
Okay, good. I can come back. And never mind. Dang it.
Now listen carefully, this is important. Stanley walked through the red door.
Which is the red door? That's the red door, right, guys? Yeah, that's the red door.
Aha, perhaps you misunderstood. Stanley walked through the red door.
Well, I mean, I can't see it. I'm colorblind. No, I'm joking. I'm not. Seriously, I'm not. Sorry if I offended you, if you are.
I still don't think we're communicating properly. Stanley walked through the red door. All right, fine. Go ahead, Stanley. You want to know so badly what's out there? You want to find out what lies at the end of this road you've chosen? Well, don't let me stop you. You see? There's nothing here. I haven't even finished building this section of the map because you were never supposed to be here in the first place. Broken rooms, exposed developer textures. Is this what you had wanted? Was it worth ruining the entire story I had written out specifically for you? Do you not think I put a lot of time into that? Because I did. And in the end, it was all for nothing. Because this is what you wanted to see. Help me here, Stanley. Help elucidate these strange and unknowable desires of yours. What would have made this game better? What did you want to see? Vehicles? Skill trees? Work with me. You've given me absolutely nothing so far. Tell you what, let me take a stab in the dark at a new design, and you can give me some feedback. There we go. A third option. This already feels leaps ahead of where we were before. Go ahead, Stanley. Take it for a spin.
I'll go through the left door now. That seems like a good option.
Okay, I'm going to stop you there. Now, tell me about your experience with this new version. Would you say that the game benefited from allowing you more choices? Feel free to be honest. I'm looking for some real critical feedback here.
Nah, I'm good. Dang it. 5.
You see, I knew I was onto something. Where do these flashes of inspiration come from? How did I know the game needed a third door? Well, it's instinct mostly, a calling in your gut. I really couldn't say where the idea came from, except that I felt it in my soul. You can't teach that, Stanley. Don't even try. Here, based on the data from your previous playthrough, I've compiled a new version. And to be perfectly candid, I think I've knocked it out of the park with this one. Let's take a look.
No, I'm good. Oh, dang it. Wait, are these actual? No, this is fake. Yeah, this is fake. I thought it was actually. Well, I mean, it's not 7 currently. It's 9:49. Now I'll go through this door now. Should I, what? This looks like some.
Now, would you say that competitive leaderboard helped you feel motivated to keep walking through doors? Again, honest answers, please.
Yes.
Hey, I nearly forgot. I've got a prototype of a new game I've been working on, and now would be a lovely opportunity to give it some play testing. You wouldn't mind taking a look at it, would you? Perfect. Let me boot it up. In this game, the baby crawls left towards danger. You click the button to move him back to the right, and if he reaches the fire, you fail. It's a very meaningful game, all about the desperation and tedium of endlessly confronting the demands of family life. I think the art world will really take notice. But of course, the message of the game only becomes clear once you've been playing it for about 4 hours. So why don't you give it 4 hours of play to make sure it's effective? Be sure to keep notes on your experience. You heartless bastard. Did you do it because you hate babies or purely to spite me? Because if it's the latter, well, I don't know what to do. I'm completely out of ideas. I can't think of a single thing that might improve the experience for me. I'm not even going to try. I'm out, I'm done. It's over.
Oh my gosh.
Thank you for playing. Your input was extremely valuable. Oh, hey, since my game was so awful, why don't we play someone else's game? Just to ease the pain. Let's see. What do we have here? Yes, this seems like it'll work. Let's give it a shot. Aha! Fascinating. What do you think this game is about, Stanley? What's our backstory? What is our motivation?
This is an Easter egg.
Well, it seems obvious to me that you are meant to play as a creepy man, spying on innocent civilians below you from up high in your creep tower, perhaps for some sort of twisted, erotic purpose.
And it's supposed to be a horror
Yes,
game.
that must be it. What a
About this
fascinating
guy
venture
in
into the
gas
experience
mask.
of total mental depravity.
Killing you with
So
a
far, I love
fire
everything
axe.
about this game, Stanley. And it seems there's even more.
those axe
Come, let's
good
venture
with this
outward
fire.
and see what else is out there.
That's Minecraft. That's Minecraft. That's Minecraft. That's Minecraft. That's Minecraft. Nah, I'm good. I'll just stay in here. Let's just wait here. Ugh. Alright, let's go. Wait, this is an Easter egg to that game. Wait, no, this seems like Siren Head. One of the Siren Head games.
No, it can't be.
Wait, is this an actual
It is.
game?
It's an open world game. Good God, quickly block it off. Oh, thank goodness, Stanley. What a close call. You nearly wandered off into that thing. That big, open, just wandering around. No right or wrong directions. No path to follow. You can just go in any... Oh, thank heavens we avoided it. We're out of the woods now, Stanley. Okay, I'm going to get us out of here. Let's find another game.
No.
Preferably
No, please.
something with walls. Something with nice, big, insurmountable walls.
It's gonna be Skyrim, right one, isn't it?
Okay, I think this will be just the thing.
Oh my,
Wonderful.
it's...
See, this is exactly what I had
This
in
is
mind.
copyright.
Just a nice big box for you to
Wait.
run around in. There isn't
Wait,
any
no.
possibility that you could get lost here. Now this is game design.
You could actually
Stanley, if you manage to get lost in this game, I will be phenomenally impressed.
Okay. What? Invisible
Okay,
wall?
so what exactly do we do here? Let's see. There are lots of cars here in the back, but obviously there's no racetrack. Okay, I'm seeing that there's a ball of some kind back here. Is this game sports ball? Stanley, I think it's sports ball. Oh, what fun.
Oh, no.
We shall run the bases and do a touchdown together? Yes, I think surely we must.
No.
Okay, Stanley, here's the ball. Have fun.
This is... I don't know how much more... Oh my... This is copyright sound for Minecraft. Yay. What? Huh?
Are you doing it? Are you winning? Is this fun? Hold on. What are you doing?
Yes! Yes! Peter, yes.
Stanley, don't do that. I can't follow you there. I can't help you. How will you write a story without me? You can't do it. You know that. Stanley, come back. You still have so much...
Is this what the beta looked like? This game's fun. This game's fun. Fine, I'll go through the store. It's light. Hey, let me in.
I wonder what he found. If what he wanted was to be the leading man in his own story, well, perhaps he's gotten it, down in wherever he is right now. I wonder if he's happy with his choice, and if he's learned the heavy cost that comes with it. He'll understand soon what I was trying to tell him. He needs me. Someone who will wrap everything up at the end, to make sense out of the chaos and the fear and the confusion. That's who I am. That is what I mean to this world. Oh, yes. Yes, I'll be back. There's no other way. Once this ends, after it all comes to a close, then I'll be back. The end will be here soon. Very soon. I can wait.
Pick up the phone. Alright, let's go through the correct way, like all the way this time.
I can't wait to tell this story to my co-workers, Stanley thought. How amusing they'll find it. Oh, won't we all just laugh and laugh at the time I thought everyone had gone missing. When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered the door on his left.
This is different.
Yet there was not a single person here either. Feeling a wave of disbelief, Stanley decided to go up to his boss's office. Coming to a staircase, Stanley walked upstairs to his boss's office.
What does it say now? To be rich, is it a crime? To commit crimes, isn't it rich? What a life it would be to have to just pick just one. I know, right? What a life it would be to pick one path in a billion. Should I go down the elevator? Or do that? Or go back and... I remember what it said.
Stepping into his manager's office, Stanley was once again stunned to discover not an indication of any human life. What could it mean? Stanley wondered aloud to nobody. He began wildly tearing through papers on the boss's desk, pulling books off the shelf, looking behind paintings, desperate for clues to his situation. But his attention was caught by a keypad behind the boss's desk. What could its purpose be? In fact, this keypad guarded the terrible secret that lay buried below his feet. And so the boss had assigned it an extra secret PIN number, 2845. But of course, Stanley couldn't possibly have known this. Yet incredibly, by simply pushing random buttons on the keypad, Stanley happened to input the correct code by sheer luck. Amazing. He stepped into the newly opened passageway.
is this just gonna go down to the same as if it is?
Stanley walked straight ahead through the large door that read Mind Control Facility.
It does, but oh, it's this place. Yeah, where all the things pop up. Spoiler alert, sorry guys.
The lights rose on an enormous room packed with television
it should be
screens.
right over there, just
What
scribbles.
horrible secret did this place hold? Stanley thought to himself. Did he have the strength to find out? Now the monitors jumped to life, their true nature
scribbles.
revealed.
There,
Each
scribbles.
bore the number of an employee in the building, Stanley's co-workers.
That's
The
the
lives of
kitchen.
so many individuals reduced to images on a screen, and Stanley, one of them, eternally monitored in this place where freedom meant nothing. This mind control facility, it was too horrible to believe. It couldn't be true. Had Stanley really been under someone's control all this time? Was this the only reason he was happy with his boring job? That his emotions had been manipulated to accept it blindly? No. He refused to believe it. He couldn't accept it. His own life in someone else's control? Never. It was unthinkable, wasn't it? Was it even possible? Had he truly spent his entire life utterly blind to the world? But here was the proof, the heart of the operation. Controls labeled with emotions, happy or sad or content. Walking, eating, working, all of it monitored and commanded from this very place. And as the cold reality of his past began to sink in, Stanley decided that this machinery would never again exert its terrible power over another human life. For he would dismantle the controls once and for all.
We'll just press this big red button right here. Never mind. Ending 5. Wait a minute.
And when at last he found the source of the room's power, he knew it was his duty, his obligation, to put an end to this horrible place and to everything it stood for.
Told you guys I would follow the path. But I'll do it again. Ooh.
Blackness and a rising chill of uncertainty. Was it over?
No.
Yes. He had won.
Oh,
He had
this is
defeated the
shaking my chair.
machine, unshackled himself from someone else's command. Freedom was mere moments away. And yet, even as the immense door slowly opened, Stanley reflected on how many puzzles still lay unsolved. Where had his co-workers gone? How had he been freed from the machine's grasp? What other mysteries did this strange building hold? But as sunlight streamed into the chamber, he realized none of this mattered to him, for it was not knowledge or even power that he had been seeking, but happiness. Perhaps his goal had not been to understand, but to let go. No longer would anyone tell him where to go, what to do, or how to feel. Whatever life he lives, it will be his. And that was all he needed to know. It was perhaps the only thing worth knowing. Stanley stepped through the open door. Stanley felt the cool breeze upon his skin, the feeling of liberation, the immense possibility of the new path before him. This was exactly the way, right now, that things were meant to happen. And Stanley was happy.
This seems like that game where you have to paint everything black. And then, can't remember what it's called, but you paint the things with the little paintballs. It had that goose in it. It seems like that game, if you guys know what I'm talking about. Alright.
How long was I sitting there? Stanley wondered to himself. Minutes? Days? Centuries? Did something crucial happen while my senses were turned? He made a note to be more careful with time from now on.
There we go. Is this a part of the game? I feel like it's not. New content.
Oh, new content? What does that mean, new content?
That's what I'm wondering. What does new content mean? Is this like a part of the DLC or something?
Hello, and thank you for playing the Stanley Parable Ultra Deluxe. As you may know, the Stanley Parable was a video game released in 2013 on home computers. After receiving critical and commercial success, it was expanded upon in 2022 with the Stanley Parable Ultra Deluxe, a reimagining of the game for consoles and home computers. The Stanley Parable Ultra Deluxe features exciting new content that broadens and expands the world of the Stanley Parable, delighting audiences the world over. Please, step inside and see what thrilling new adventures await in the Stanley Parable Ultra Deluxe.
Oh, well, this sounds delightful. I'm very excited to see the thrilling new Ultra Deluxe content.
Well, I'm not. It can wait. I don't want to
Okay,
go
so far
here.
it's an elevator. Nothing special yet, but I'm sure it's just the beginning of a mesmerizing adventure. Is it broken? What's going on here? Should we be moving somewhere or... Oh, there we go. All right, finally, at long last, it's on to the new content. I've never been more ready. Let's do it. I have to say, initial impressions of Stanley Parable Ultra Deluxe, mostly tedious. It's as if Oh, okay. Let's see the content. Give me the content, Stanley. All right, let's see. It's the jump circle.
Oh, I see. So you can jump now.
Is that it? Surely that's not all the new content. There has to be something else, right?
The jump circle. Yippee.
Goodness, another elevator. Stanley, I have to say, initial impressions of this game are not positive. It's just elevators and jumping. Is this what passes for exciting new content? If this is new content, then I could just read you the whole dictionary. There's 20 hours of new content right there. Hell, I could counter 30 trillion. You could put that on the box. The Stanley Parable Ultra Deluxe, now with over 1,000 hours of new content. And if... Oh, wait. There's more. Very good. Yes. I knew there had to be something else. Let's see it. I'm ready for whatever it is. That's it? Oh, you've got to be kidding me. You see, Stanley? This is what happens when greedy video game developers with no respect for their fan base rush a cheap expansion to market for no reason other than to make an easy dollar. And don't get me started on the level of craftsmanship that's gone into it. In fact, I'm looking right now at the game's trophies, and it's hard to believe one of them actually says, "Test trophy, please ignore." What quality assurance department signed off on this? I'm infuriated and I'm offended, and I intend to find these people on Twitter and hold them personally accountable. It's my fault, Stanley. I built up too much anticipation around the new content, I'm afraid. It could never have lived up to such expectations. If you're still with me, why don't we just reset the game, and we'll try to get back to what the Stanley Parable is really about. No frills, no gimmicks. Just you and me having a great time together like always. What do you say, friend?
What? Did I mess up the game? Did I do something wrong?
Psst! Stanley!
That's
Come
what the
over
vent.
here! In the vent! I want to show you something!
Fine. Okay. Give me a moment. Sorry, sir. Yeah, sorry. Very dramatic, I know. Stanley
Okay, you remember how cheap and unsatisfying the new Ultra Deluxe content turned out to be? Well, it got me thinking about the past, and how much better the Stanley Parable used to be. So I made something special and tucked it away here where the game's developers won't find it. Just our little secret. Take a look.
Oh my god, thank you. Thank you. Oh my god.
I call it the Memory Zone. It's where I've been storing all my favorite memories so I can relive the peak experiences of my life whenever I want. Experiences like the launch of the Stanley Parable on PC.
The phone.
You see, Stanley, doesn't the Memory Zone remind you of how wonderful Stanley Parable was before it was sullied with a cheap PlayStation port? Remember back in October of 2013 when the game originally launched?
That's when
Back then, video games had integrity.
I mean, that's when
Back
I was,
then, it all meant
13,
something.
yeah.
Oh, the waste.
What the heck is this for? What is it? What? What? Where's the date on it? Oh, it's on the back, probably. Wait, that says 2003. Yeah, that's the scene that I remember that.
And over here is where I keep reviews of the Stanley Parable. Like this stunning triumph of games journalism, 10 out of 10 from Destructoid.com. James Stephanie Sterling writes, and I quote, "Where so many games that aspire to be more than games end up less than any form of art, Stanley Parable strives and then succeeds to be every game ever created." Did you hear that, Stanley? Every game ever created. That's how grand and all-encompassing the original Stanley Parable was. It was literally every game ever created. It was Skyrim, it was Persona 3, it was all of them, and now it's nothing. It's no games at all. It isn't even the Stanley Parable anymore. It's just a husk now. A lifeless husk with an hour of new elevator content. Here's another moving passage, this time from GameSpot.com. The Stanley Parable is both a richly stimulating commentary on the nature of choice in games and one that offers some of the most enjoyable, surprising, and rewarding choices I've ever been confronted with in a game. 9 out of 10. Don't you get it, Stanley? The game was perfect. It didn't need anything else. It didn't need new content. All they had to do was transport it in pristine condition along to the PlayStation. Boom, done. And they couldn't even do that. Couldn't resist the urge to go meddling with a beloved franchise. These were simpler times, Stanley. what I wouldn't give to go back, to have it all over again. Wait, hang on. I don't recall this part of the memory zone before. What's this? What's down here? Oh no, oh God, no, Stanley. It's a collection of reviews from Pressurized Gas, the extremely popular online storefront for computer games. I haven't looked at these in years. I can't even imagine what's been collecting down here. Surely these reviews were glowing as well, weren't they? Honestly, I could not be bothered to play this game to full completion. The narrator is obnoxious and unfunny, with his humor and dialogue proving to be more irritating than entertaining. Unfunny! I'm not trying to be funny. I'm trying to make a serious work of art. I suppose I could write up a handful of gags to insert into the Stanley Parable, but the game is already such a densely layered web of profound philosophical insights that I can't even imagine where I'd have the room to stick them. Okay, let's see what this one says. While the idea for the game is good, for someone who prefers non-linear games, this preachiness gets annoying fast. Preachy? Stanley? I'm not preachy, am I? You can tell me if I'm preachy. Honestly, you can. Oh, goodness. This is actually quite shocking for me. Well, to be honest, I had always thought of the game's dialogue as being rather terse to begin with. You can't know how much fluff I cut from the game to get it to feel as light and airy as it...
Oh man, that's a thumbs down.
It did, but maybe it wasn't. Oh dear. What an awful memory to have to hold on to. These black marks are my otherwise unimpeachable track record. I feel like a failure. Like I let these people down. Perhaps the Stanley Parable isn't quite as sterling as I always remembered. What's this one got to say? You constantly have to stop doing anything so the narrator can catch up with his long-winded explanations of what's happening. I wish there was a skip button. A skip button? Well, yes. Yes, I think we can do that. If I'm truly too preachy, then maybe letting you skip ahead for just a moment, surely it couldn't hurt. Not if it means we can strike these negative reviews from the record. Only positive reviews of the Stanley Parable. That's my motto today, and it's always been my motto. I'd do anything for the customer, Stanley. Yes, a skip button we shall have. And here it is. Go ahead and give it a shot. I'll pop you forward in time so that the second my incessant droning starts to bore you, with just the push of a button, you'll have zipped right past it. It's what the players have been asking for, and I'm very proud to have delivered. No more listening to me rambling on and on and on. No. The Stanley Parable is a game for the people, and if the people want silence, then by goodness, that's what they're going to get. Well, don't sit around waiting for me to shut up. Go ahead and make me shut up. Here, we'll pretend that I've just begun an interminable monologue, and it goes something like this. The story, and the choices, or what have you, and therefore, by becoming it is, so on and so forth, until inevitably, we all until the end of time, at which time everything all at once, so, now you see, blah, 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 blah. We've eaten too much and it can't be just yet, no, until 245. That the logic of elimination working backwards, the deduction therefore becomes impossible to manufacture. It went on for nearly 10,000 years, until just yesterday, here and there, forward and back, and never a moment before lunchtime. It can't be. It's the only thing there is. How many billions left until so much more than forever ago? Which is why I say... the story, and the choices, or what have you, and therefore, by becoming it is, so on and so forth, until inevitably, we all until the end of time, at which time everything all at once, so, now you see, blah, 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 blah. We've eaten too much and it can't be just yet, no, until 245. That the logic of elimination working backwards, the deduction therefore becomes impossible to manufacture. It went on for nearly 10,000 years, until
until just yesterday, here and there, forward and back, and never a moment before lunchtime. It can't be. It's the only thing there is. How many billions left until so much more than forever ago? Which is why I say the story and the choices, or what have you, and therefore by becoming it is, so on and so forth, until inevitably we all until the end of time, at which time everything all at once. So now you see, blah 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 blah. We've eaten.
Oh, you're back, you see. You were only frozen in time for a few minutes, but it was plenty of time for me to deliver a long, rambling monologue full of unnecessary verbal flourishes and lengthy ruminations on the nature of choice in video games. Of course, I happen to believe it was perhaps one of my more profound such ruminations. Not that, of course, you need a description of it, but if I had to describe it, I'd say it was perhaps less of a rumination and more of a treatise. Or maybe a manifesto. Look, I'll outline it for you very briefly, and you can tell me what you think. Okay, so my theory is that any choice you've ever made is simply a series of choices made by the person who you are, or were, or will be at the time of having made said choice. That is to say, if by articulating a choice you've already made, you bring that choice into being, then by making no choice and saying nothing, are you not simply erecting in the sanctuary of time a monument to every person you've ever been, making every choice to which you've ever given your great gift of mortal and yet timeless thought? Or rather, do all of the choices you've ever made, in fact, make you more not this kind of person, and in fact do the very opposite? You see, it could in fact be both of these things at once. That you are both making choices and not making choices, and that they are both affecting you and not affecting you at the same time by virtue of the fact that you both are and are not making them. Okay, at first I was leaning towards manifesto, but now I'm going to circle around and... Well there, sport. You really did catch me rambling on a bit, didn't you? But that's the power of the button. The minute I start to go off on a thoughtless display of self-absorption, it's right at your fingertips to go poof, and it's all over. I can't wait to see what Cookie 9 will say about this, and whether they'll edit the rating of their pressurized gas review, or at least change some of the wording, perhaps. To be honest, I don't even know if one can change their review in the first place. I guess I should become better educated on how exactly pressurized gas works. Perhaps that would have been a smart thing to check on before I went on about this whole exercise of making the skip button. Although I have to imagine that after seeing this exciting new technology at work, surely whoever it is who runs pressurized gas will instantly run out and implement a new feature to make it possible to edit one's review merely because of this very situation. Yes, I think that's quite likely. Or perhaps they'll simply grant this particular user the ability to change their review so that the feature is not widely abused. Look, I would even be okay with pressurized gas altering this particular review so that it reads as something more beneficial. From the ashes of depravity rises the phoenix of quality. How else to describe the Stanley Parable Ultra Deluxe? Such a revolutionary step forward in the lineage of one of the most beloved video game properties of all time. The additions and changes made to this expansion will surely resonate in the annals of the history of all media ever made. It is perhaps true to say that no mistakes are forever etched in stone, for the stone into which the Stanley Parable was carved has itself been transmuted, offering a message of hope to those who have ever erred in their judgment. You are not beyond redemption. You may change, and you may become more, so much more than you were before. If there is any message to be taken from the Stanley Parable Ultra Deluxe, it is this. What a fortune, a privilege, a joy it is to have had such an experience. It leaves me hopeful that as a community, as a world, there is time for us to become our greatest selves, as great as we ever could dream of in our wildest, most ambitious visions for a brighter future. Wow. Now, Stanley, that's a review. It's perfect. It's the perfect review. It's the review I've always dreamed of receiving. I have to read it again. It's simply too wonderful. I have to experience this just one more time. From the ashes of depravity rises the phoenix of quality. How else to describe the Stanley Parable Ultra Deluxe? Such a revolutionary step forward in the lineage of one of the most beloved video game properties of all time, the additions and changes made to this expansion will surely resonate in the annals of the history of all media ever made. It is perhaps true to say that no mistakes are forever etched in stone, for the stone into which the Stanley Parable was carved has itself been transmuted, offering a message of hope to those who have ever erred in their judgment. You are not beyond redemption. You may change, and you may become more, so much more than you were before. If there is any message to be taken from the Stanley Parable Ultra Deluxe, it is this. What a fortune, a privilege, a joy it is to have had such an experience. It leaves me hopeful that as a community, as a world, there is time for us to become our greatest selves, as great as we ever could dream of in our wildest, most ambitious visions for a brighter future. Wow. Now, Stanley, that's a review. It's perfect. It's the perfect review. It's the review I've always dreamed of receiving. I have to read it again. It's simply too wonderful. I have to experience this. Okay, welcome back, Stanley. Now, I should say that the amount of time the button has been skipping through is becoming longer and longer. That last one was, well, I want to say maybe 30, 45 minutes? It's not unendurable. Stanley, please don't push the button again. It's been 12 hours. You've just been frozen there. I don't know why the skips are getting longer, but they're really, truly getting longer, and my God, there's no way out of the room. Stanley. Oh, Stanley, you're back. You're back. Oh, my goodness. I have someone to talk to again. Stanley, I think it's been a week. Or 2 weeks. I've been sitting here all that time. Just sitting here. Not a single person to speak with. And you'd think that that's just how it's always been, right? Me talking and you saying nothing. Would you think that it's exactly the same as always? Doesn't that... Oh, hello, it's you. You're here again. Welcome. I have had time to think about you and about us and about everything we've been through. I've had so much time, I stopped keeping track after a year. Have you ever sat down in one place and not moved for one entire year? Let me describe it for you. To begin with, there is only regret.
I think he's dead. Let's just skip it. Can I get out of
But they
this?
didn't understand the game was never meant to be funny. It was meant to have a point. It was meant to speak to the human condition. But where are the jokes? Where are the jokes? They bemoaned, they screamed, they gnashed their teeth and said, entertain us. It wasn't enough. They had to leave a pathetic little thumbs-down review and make all of their pitiful demands. But then, he's talking too much, they said. First, he didn't entertain us, now he won't shut up. It's the The end is never the end, 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 is never the end.
I get out of here? Oh my gosh, what happened? I think this is the end. Like, you know, where the Ender Dragon is. How did everything get destroyed but that one building? The end is never the end. The end is never the end. The end is loading. Never. Oh my gosh. What was I gonna do? That's
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
No, I'm not falling for that again. Not again. No, please. No, I'm not doing this.
Oh, good. You notice my sign. Yes, I have something very exciting to show you.
No, I'm good. Please. No. Not again. It hurts.
When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered the door on his left.
I want to press the on button and see what that does.
Yet there was not a single person here either. Feeling a wave of disbelief, Stanley decided to go up to his boss's office. Coming to a staircase, Stanley walked upstairs to his boss's office.
Let's see what's in here now. It's the same thing. Well, I might end it after I get this done.
The moment he entered his manager's office, Stanley froze in his tracks. Not a living soul anywhere. Could he really be all alone? This was too much for Stanley to take. Too much for any man to take. He fell to his knees, bursting into half moans, half sobs, the guttural retching of life from a man denied any hope, any reason to keep going. Here on the floor, he lay prone, paralyzed by fear for nearly a full hour. But when at last he began to move about and survey the situation, he found a keypad behind the boss's desk. What could it mean? Was it a sign of hope for Stanley's future? Alas, it was not. For although this keypad guarded the terrible secret of Stanley's past, it had been assigned a 4-digit code so devious and so random that no man could ever hope to guess it. 2845. Statistically, nearly impossible to guess blindly. Yet incredibly, by simply pushing random buttons on the keypad, Stanley happened to input the correct code by sheer luck. Amazing. He stepped into the newly opened passageway. Stanley walked straight ahead through the large door that read Mind Control Facility. The lights rose on an enormous room packed with television screens. What horrible secret did this place hold? Stanley thought to himself. Did he have the strength to find out? Now the monitors jumped to life, their true nature revealed. Each bore the number of an employee in the building, Stanley's co-workers. The lives of so many individuals reduced to images on a screen, and Stanley, one of them, eternally monitored in this place where freedom meant nothing. This mind control facility, it was too horrible to believe. It couldn't be true. Had Stanley really been under someone's control all this time? Was this the only reason he was happy with his boring job? That his emotions had been manipulated to accept it blindly? No, he refused to believe it. He couldn't accept it. His own life in someone else's control? Never! It was unthinkable. Wasn't it? Was it even possible? Had he truly spent his entire life utterly blind to the world? But here was the proof. The heart of the operation. Controls labeled with emotions. Happy, or sad, or content. Walking, eating, working. All of it monitored and commanded from this very place. And as the cold reality of his past began to sink in, Stanley decided that this machinery would never again exert its terrible power over another human life. For he would dismantle the controls once and for all. Oh, Stanley, you didn't just activate the controls, did you? After they kept you enslaved all these years, you go and you try to take control of the machine for yourself. Is that what you wanted? Control? Oh, Stanley, I applaud your effort, I really do. But you need to understand, there's only so much that machine can do. You were supposed to let it go, turn the controls off, and leave. If you want to throw my story off track, you're going to have to do much better than that. I'm afraid you don't have nearly the power you think you do. For example, and I believe you'll find this pertinent, Stanley suddenly realized he had just initiated the network's emergency detonation system. In the event that this machine is activated without proper DNA identification, nuclear detonators are set to explode, eliminating the entire complex. How long until detonation then? Let's say, 2 minutes. Now this is making things a little more fun, isn't it, Stanley? It's your time to shine. You are the star. It's your story now. Shape it to your heart's desires. Oh, this is much better than what I had in mind. What a shame we have so little time left to enjoy it. Mere moments until the bomb goes off. But what precious moments each one of them is. More time to talk about you, about me, where we're going. What all this means. I barely know where to start. What's that? You'd like to know where your co-workers are? A moment of solace before you're obliterated? All right, I'm in a good mood. You're gonna die anyway. I'll tell you exactly what happened to them. I erased them. I turned off the machine. I set you free. Of course, that was merely in this instance of the story. Sometimes when I tell it, I simply let you sit there in your office forever, pushing buttons endlessly and then dying alone. Other times, I let the office sink into the ground, swallowing everyone inside, or I let it burn to a crisp.
Yeah, what is it?
I have to say this, though. This version of events has been rather amusing. Watching you try to make sense of everything and take back the control wrested away from you, it's quite rich. I almost hate to see it go. But I'm sure whatever I come up with on the next go-around will be even better. My goodness, only 34 seconds left. But I'm enjoying this so much. You know what? To hell with it. I'm going to put some extra time on the clock. Why not? These are precious additional seconds, Stanley. Time doesn't grow on trees. Oh dear me, what's the matter, Stanley? Is it that you have no idea where you're going or what you're supposed to be doing right now? Or did you just assume when you saw that timer that something in this room was capable of turning it off? I mean, look at you. Running from button to button, screen to screen, clicking on every little thing in this room. These numbered buttons, no, these colored ones. Or maybe this big red button, or this door. Everything, anything, something here will save me. Why would you think that, Stanley? That this video game can be beaten? Won? Solved? Do you have any idea what your purpose in this place is? Stanley, you're in for quite a disappointment. But here's a spoiler for you. That timer isn't a catalyst to keep the action moving along. It's just seconds ticking away to your death. You're only still playing instead of watching a cutscene because I want to watch you for every moment that you're powerless. To see you made humble.
That's 4.
This is not a challenge.
Crackers 3.
It's a tragedy. You wanted to control this world, that's fine. But I'm going to destroy it first, so you can't. Take a look at the clock, Stanley. That's 30 seconds you have left to struggle. 30 seconds until a big boom and then nothing. No ending here, just you being blown to pieces. Will you cling desperately to your frail life, or will you let it go peacefully? Another choice. Make it count. Or don't. It's all the same to me, all a part of the joke. And believe me, I will be laughing at every second of your inevitable life from the moment we fade in until the moment I say, happily ever after.
What? What was I supposed to do? Alright, well that's where I'm going to leave it for now. If you liked the video, thank you. Make sure to subscribe to my channel on Twitch, GrimKiller42, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye.